Hey, how's it going? It is technically Friday morning and we are going to bale some hay today. Dad started raking and I'm going to take over for him, but we need to readjust the row width on our rows. So since these windrows are a lot bigger, where we had it set for the last couple of fields versus where we need it for this one, we just went like one crank in. Dad's gonna do a down and back, and he just wants me to check out how dry some of this hay is with the thicker alfalfa. So this is what we're dealing with, and there's just a little bit of moisture in there. That looks nice and green yet, but it's dry green. And this stuff's probably gonna sit out here for about, yeah, there's a little bit of moisture in there, but yeah, this stuff is gonna be out here. His dad wants to start baling at about 1 o'clock at the latest. Cause I mean, granted, we only have like 15 acres, yeah, maybe 20 acres down. Cause this field's about 9 and then the other one's like 7. So we got about 16 acres down. For us, that's a good 2 to 3 hours of baling. Just as fast as we can go. This stuff, if it sits for like an hour, it's gonna be really nice. And I think we're gonna have some decent hay. Are we making great hay? No, we're too late for great hay. But are we making good hay? We'll make some good hay. And the 2030 is getting her workout, which is good. Still has the break-in oil in it, but I don't think we've ran that thing for 10 hours yet since we've gotten it back. But I would say probably mid to late summer we'll swap out that oil and put regular stuff in. So I'm working on the outside rounds. I might have to come back up here when Dad bales. So when we clean up the rows where, we bring where the straights meet the outside rounds, when we bring those together, you're kind of raking perpendicular to it, and you end up sometimes with these big balls. And if you don't, sometimes they'll ball up underneath the tractor and it's hard for it to suck up. But if I have to, I'll have to come back up and try and peel it away. Like, that's not as bad as, say, like this guy is. I mean, this is just a big mass of humanity here. I mean, that's 3.5 feet tall to the top here. I mean, it's a nice windrow, but hopefully, as long as it doesn't get rolled under the tractor, then we should be all right. And you go slow. 2030 got a heart transplant, and she's working pretty darn nice. still pulls a little bit, obviously, when you're going up these hills, because it is a pretty good hill to get going back and forth. First field is done, and I'm over to our second field. So this is about another 7, 8 acres, give or take. So mostly just all grasses, a little bit of clover, but mostly grasses. We got one spot we got to stay out of. Dad already cut a fresh rut. It's super rough in there because that is a wet spot. Yeah, so far that field up there, that should pump out some decent bales. This field here, so far, without rolling it up, looks pretty decent. Like I said, we're not making great hay, but we're making okay hay, especially for beef. All right, let's get rolling. Literally. Raking is done. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. We know it's going, or we don't know that it's going to rain tomorrow, but they have not changed the Saturday, Sunday rain chance all week. So we don't have anything else on the ground. Dad even thought about sneaking over and cutting a chunk before he started baling. But I reminded him of that. So he has the tractor and the baler ready to go up at the house. I think he's just refilling his water. And then I'll go up and just watch him get started, make sure there's no issues. If he wants me to come up there and peel that third round away, we'll do that. Other than that, I'm kind of just at his, if anything goes wrong. I got a couple of little things I can do here. And then, yeah, we'll see what else we can get into today. But yeah, it'll be nice. I think we'll get a decent chunk of bales done today. Well, Dad's getting going on baling. It's a little after 1. Alright, so unfortunately my SD card filled when we started baling, but Dad is up on the hill. Unfortunately, he's plugged it twice. Once I had to help, once he got it himself. Some of those rows are pretty husky for that baler. And that is one of the small struggles we have with that baler, is getting it started. When he switches to the other field, he might start the other field, but he did say I'll definitely have to take over for him. So second string backups will be going in probably in a couple hours. Well, Dad lucked out with this bale. So he's in that row, which is how many rows over. But unfortunately, the trick with this field is you're uphill in almost every direction because the lowest point is down here. So a lot of these bales, you got to kind of jackknife them. Where's it good? I mean, even like this guy, you got to back up and kind of turn just a little bit so it doesn't roll on you. This one, it was like just at the right spot, but it's hard. I get it, because you're going downhill in so many different directions. It didn't, we just lucked out that it kind of lost speed. And the only nice thing is that this side started to loosen up, and then it actually made the bale turn a little bit. So that helped us. But the bales seem really nice and they're solid, honestly. So I'm going to move this out of Dad's way so he can at least get by. And then I'll give him crap for it later. Well, second string bale crew is rolling. That's me, by the way. We're on that second field that I raked. Only did like 3 bales so far. We got 70 some on that first field, which is really nice. One
thing we definitely did, we have plenty of mirrors on here. We got the backup camera, the regular side mirror, and then this mirror up here. So
no shortage of views. So that went pretty well. Not a huge number of bales, but decent amount of bales on this field. And I don't have the exact count yet. I don't really trust the counter, so I'll count them on my way out. But this turns out to be a pretty good combination. Like I said, this old girl is due to be replaced, but she still works pretty darn good. So yeah, we got to get this back home, get it parked, and I think I'm done for the night. But I'll count the bales, I'll let you know what it is on the way out. So I counted the bales on the way out. Just that chunk alone was like 28, and then Dad reminded me about the little side field, so that was another 6. So we got like 34 off of there. So today we baled just a little over 100 bales, 4x5s, which is good for us, and they're good solid density too. They're not loose. So yeah, we're sitting pretty decent. We're at about 226 bales. Hey, it's Friday. I'm gonna go find a fish fry somewhere. Maybe some cheese curds. I'm not sure yet, but most likely. But it is the end of the week. Hope you guys liked the video. If you got any questions on anything we did today, please leave them in the comments as always. Hope you liked the video. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for coming along.